If I woke up tomorrow and every watch I own was gone, no collection, no favorites, nothing, this video is exactly how I'd go about replacing those watches. Not with specs, not with hype, but wearable watches. This isn't a best watch list, it's a mindset. This is the order I would replace all of my lost watches. Hey, there you are, and welcome to My Dude Watch. My name is Jason, and today's video is about rebuilding a collection, not what I would chase. This is going to be fun. You know the deal. Grab a snack, pull up a chair, and let's talk watches. Okay, let's talk about why this matters. When you first get into watches, it's easy to think more variety means more enjoyment. I know I did. But after living with a lot of watches, you start to notice patterns. What you reach for, what stays in the box, and what quietly becomes part of your day. So if I had to rebuild from scratch, this is how I would do it, slowly and in stages. And when you strip away a collection all the way back to nothing, you realize what actually matters and what doesn't. So stage one is your anchor piece, the sensible and practical watch. This is my first move. The first watch I would buy wouldn't be anything overly exciting. It wouldn't be overpriced either. It would be dependable, and part of its charm would be its simplicity. Early on, you're not trying to fix anything, you're just smoothing the on-ramp. That's why my first replacement watch would be the Timex Marlin. It's clean, it's restrained, and it's comfortable for long days. Versatile enough to wear to the office, a casual day, or even date night. This is the watch that sets the tone. Your first watch should blend in on your wrist. It doesn't have to demand attention. It just has to be solid, dependable, and affordable. Moving on to stage two, this is the practical next move. Once the anchor's in place, you want something modern. This watch can have vintage inspiration, but it still needs to be easy to live with and built for everyday use. This is the stage where I want a watch that can take daily life without asking for special treatment. For me, that's the Faro & Company Time Master 70. It feels purposeful, it's legible, practical, and honest. This is a watch you grab when you don't want to overthink it, when you're in a hurry, and the fact that it disappears into your routine. That's the win. Stage one is about restraint. Stage two is about practicality. But what about stage three? Stage three is where collecting starts to become personal, not emotional. It's intentional. This is the point where you stop asking, is this a gorgeous piece? And ask, does this piece make sense for me? This is where personality finally enters the picture, but watches like this only work after the foundation is set. At this point, you're not buying something just because it looks cool. You're responding to design choices you actually understand. For me, this watch is the Notice Sector 2, and this watch is designed, not assembled. Everything about it has a reason to exist. The case geometry is purposeful. It's not trying to be thin or aggressive. It's shaped to sit naturally on your wrist. The dial layout is balanced, not busy. Legibility comes first. No unnecessary texture, no gimmicks. Branding is restrained. The logo doesn't dominate. The watch doesn't announce itself from across the room. It's confident without shouting. Everything about this watch belongs together. This is the definition of designed, not assembled. And this is a big shift for me because early on, I don't think I would have appreciated everything about this watch and the meaning behind the design. It reveals itself over time, and once you cross that line, there's no turning back. Rolling into stage number 4, this is the, oh, I get it now moment. So this is the watch I would not have understood early on, but now I do. Early in collecting, most people judge watches by brand name, specs, movement, or price. But once the honeymoon phase wears off, what else really matters? How does it wear? How does it feel in your hand? Does the design hold up over time? For me, stage 4 is represented by the Zelos Hammerhead version 3. This isn't a watch you would chase, it's a watch you would live with. The case shape just sits right, the finishing doesn't shout, the design makes sense. This is the moment where you stop collecting features and start collecting experiences, finishing, materials, and presence. These are the things you don't fully appreciate until you've lived with enough watches. Experiences changes what you value. Up to this point, every watch in the collection has a job. It's about reliability, dependability, and wearability. And once you've proven to yourself that you can collect with discipline, that's when the fun starts. That's when you give yourself permission to relax, and fun is not a distraction, it's a reward. And finally, we have arrived at stage number 5, and this is where you've earned some fun, color, shape, nostalgia. A watch that might not have made sense early on, now it's perfect. This is where pieces like brands from Mr. Jones Watches, Studio Underdog, or something like the Stratton Synchro Sport belong. This watch is colorful, but the design grounds it. It's nostalgic, but still wearable. Fun works best in the collection when it's earned, not when it's used to compensate. Early on, a watch like this would have felt loud, but now it feels confident. This is the point where the collection can finally breathe. If you're just starting out, I hope this video can help you avoid some of the mistakes that I've made. And if you're an experienced collector, which watches would you buy if you had to start over? Hey, you made it to the end of another video. Thank you for doing that. We appreciate you watching. If you enjoyed what you saw today, please take the time to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It'll only take you a second, but it really does help. All right, it's time to wrap it up, so we will close the show. My name is Jason with My Dude Watch. We'll do it all again next time. But wait, don't forget, dudes can't be late.
And bury that.